From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back in my bar, of course, at Tommy Max, and brought to our good friends at the truckcrashlaw.com group, and of course, the Carpet Man. We're talking consultancy, we're talking drones, we're talking military, we're talking a lot right here at the bar. So let's welcome in the panel. Justin Bordeaux is back, Bespoke by Bordeaux. How are you, Justin?
Excellent.
You're in the consultancy business for brand owners and executives and that type of thing, for leadership, correct?
Correct.
Tell us more about it.
I solve complex problems for brands.
Okay.
I convince the executives to believe in what is blocking them, get it out of the way, make the identity shift, build brand power, and do it from a high-level place. I look at the ROI for building brands.
Okay. How long have you been doing? You've been doing that a long time, haven't you?
23 years now.
23 years. And how old are you, like 29?
Yeah, I know I look like I'm 12. I'm working on that.
Yeah,
so I got some gray hairs, but I shave them off.
I like it.
So, yeah,
But you've been doing it a long time.
Yes.
What's the biggest thing you've learned throughout the years? The way to handle people? Just to handle your clientele and whatnot.
It really comes down to that mindset. We hear more about that, and we see a lot of platitudes out there, but it's really serious. It is how you handle your emotions. I think EQ is one of the biggest things.
Okay.
If you can understand what emotions really are, you can do anything.
Yeah. Leadership, to me, I mean, it's just got to be genuine. It can't be an act. It's who you are. Either a leader or you're not.
Yeah, you have to embody it. You can't flip the switch off.
No.
It's becoming that version of you that's making decisions that you wouldn't make today.
Yeah.
Making sure that you're always looking for everybody else. And some of those you can teach some people some things to be better managers.
Right.
But some people, they were born to just get out there and lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Serving people is what leadership is. Great to have you back on the show. Mike Mitchell is here. Hey, Mike, from JAX ADI, a new venture. But before we get into that, thank you for your service to the U.S. Army. What'd you say, 20 years?
26 years. So
26 years.
I've got the back to prove it.
I bet. What did you do in the Army?
So I started off as a mechanic, did some medical stuff, and then finished out, did about 5 years in the infantry, deployed to Iraq a couple times, and then switched to engineering and finished out as an Army engineer.
How is the transition from military life to this real world life that we all have to unfortunately live in?
And I knew, and I've loved it. There's not a day goes by. I'm not grateful for the time that I had, but I'm grateful to be able to utilize that for new ventures and new opportunities and pursue dreams and passions that I otherwise could not have.
Tell us about your new venture. You're the owner of JAX ADI. Tell us about it.
So actually just in our first week, our first full week, my wife and I started a service-disabled, veteran-owned business, a small business to augment a lot of the architecture, engineering, survey, manpower and capabilities through LiDAR, through mapping, assessments, and other imagery.
So land, are we talking land like raw land and
raw
whatever?
land, businesses, real estate development.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, any paying customer is our friend.
Yeah.
But our goal is to augment and to team, and not necessarily to compete. I'm not here to take work. I'm here to help other projects be successful.
Kind of JV in some form or fashion. Well, there's a ton of development going on. There's a ton of land still, so you would think there's a market. What's the competition like? I have no idea. I wouldn't know.
The competition is really progress. Technology is the competition. It's something, I got out of the Army, I went to an architecture engineering firm, and I saw gaps in the industry, and that gap is manpower. And they have the capability, but they don't have the manpower to facilitate that. And so we're going to provide the manpower. We're going to go get the data so that they can do the hard, smart work. We'll do the grunt work. We'll go out there and battle the elements and fly drones and have fun. And then bring that back to them. And really, as far as competition, we're team partners. We're players to help other people be successful, and that's what's going to set us apart and and make us a future.
So weekend, how we feel? Feeling good?
It depends on when you ask me. When I'm engaged in stuff, it's great. But there's some dead time that makes me worried. But I spent the last year and a half developing a great network within the industry.
Absolutely.
I have great friends, great partners. People have faith in me and my wife and our company. And so I'm not terribly concerned.
Well, we've had a ton of veterans at this bar. A lot of veteran owned. So we'll hook you up. This is what it's all about: networking and helping people out. All right, great to have you on the show. Justin, I got to ask you, because I've asked a couple of the other panels about this Bud Light controversy,
Sure.
if you will. This is up your alley. So how, A, what did you think about it? And B, what would you do to fix the situation?
It's interesting you ask me this because I already have a video out that went over this high level, and I actually did another one's coming out soon. So
cool.
When we look at this, I'm not looking at the one puzzle piece, the whole Dylan situation. I'm looking at the entire marketing approach in general.
Okay.
So if I was to look at this to audit everything, I would give them a score based upon the leadership, structure, the entire marketing approach itself.
Yep.
So, getting new clientele is always the thing we want. New customers, the ones age out. But where they misstepped here was they took their own belief models that didn't align with the original values of Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch.
Okay.
But there also is that Anheuser-Busch, do we even really know as consumers what their values are? We've lost sight of that. And so there's a lot of gaps, as you said, there's gaps there. And so when I look at everything, I look at their approach to it. And when you look at all the other puzzle pieces, it was it was built around one movement, a feminist movement, a feminine mindset. And I have nothing against anything
not at
for
all.
people
Right.
raising, but looking at the practicality of it, it was a very biased approach on the entire marketing strategy. So they risked it. And so I think right now it's going to take them a number of, if not 3 to 5 years, if not 10 years, because the new demographics that will come in will forget about this and they won't care about it. I remember on 9/11, I remember where I was at, but a lot of kids today, it's just a thing in history books. So
you think there's pressure for brands to have that inclusion?
There is.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm not Anheuser-Busch, but I would think you just say, hey, Bud Light's for everyone.
Well,
no
that's
matter how you identify,
exactly.
no matter what you're doing in life, enjoy it.
Well,
and be smart with it.
You make a great point because there's a scoring system, the ESG scoring system, which pushes toxic inclusivity. This is what people don't understand. So there's ethical inclusivity, which is the old days. Hey, make them feel like they're part of it, but we don't care. It's like, hey, if someone comes out to you, it's like, great, fantastic, you're still welcome. Here's a beer. And then what we have now is this forced assimilation. It is, you will believe this, and we're going to ignore everybody else in the culture. We're going to have you believe our ideas, and we're going to push what everyone else thinks aside. So this toxic inclusivity pushed by the ESG model is what's really corrupting corporations left and right.
Well, they got a lot of work to do, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Mike, new brand, you got to, I don't know. What do you think about as you build this thing?
And I think
you got to think about a lot of different things, right?
And protecting your brand is essential. It's it communicates who you are when people see it. I agree. I think you just kind of, hey, we're a company. We're for everyone. We're a global company. Anheuser-Busch is they're a global company. And other large organizations that have struggled with this rebranding or trying to be inclusive, exclusive. They don't recognize that you have a wider variety of clientele. You have a wider variety, and by honing in on one, you really exclude everyone else. As we build our brand, we want to be team players. We want to help everybody be successful. And I don't want to say, I'm only going to work with architects. I'm only going to work with surveyors or developers. I want to work with good people. And I want to work with strong teams that care about their projects, that care about their customers, and that want to be successful in an exciting environment. That's who I want to work with.
Well, you're in the right city because we've got a lot of good people.
This is a great, and I will.
No doubt.
I watch some of your podcasts and some of the things you talk about with Jacksonville, and I've been here a year and a half. And I will say right now, you come to Jacksonville, you own it. It's a great place, it's a great city, and you own being here, and it's been a joy. And so you're right, you're right with that.
Cool. Cheers to that, fellas. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody is welcome at this bar to tell your story. We'll welcome each and every one of you out there. If you like these kind of conversations, check out plenty more at iwantabuzz.com. So until next time, you stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.